Singapore's Prime Minister delivered a speech with more views than people in his country. Every element of his speech was ordinary. 6 minutes on an unassuming chef and his restaurant. Reflections on diplomatic disagreements with China. Yet, within these seemingly mundane topics lies an extraordinary narrative waiting to be unraveled. This is a video about the power of the ordinary, where seemingly small details coalesce to create something truly remarkable. Let's delve into the depths of this speech, exploring how each seemingly ordinary element contributes to its extraordinary impact. Every year, Singapore's Prime Minister delivers a National Day rally speech. As the name suggests, it's meant to spur the country to greater heights. Lee gives this speech in 3 languages: English, Mandarin, and Malay. Of all his speeches, his 2019 Mandarin speech is by far the most viewed, even though Mandarin is his second language. Let's see what went right here. 2019 was the bicentennial of Singapore's founding, so Lee started off by talking about ethnic Chinese migration into Singapore in the 1800s. Many early migrants regarded China as their homeland. He then talked about the links between China and Singapore.
同盟会倾全力推翻满清政府，好几次的武装起义就是在晚清园里策划的。30年代，当日本入侵中国时，新加坡华社再次组织起来，加入抗日运动。华社领袖陈嘉庚带头筹钱，并号召华侨支援中国抗战。这包括许多回到中国参与抗战的南侨技工。这就是为什么日本占领新加坡后展开了大减政，数以万计的华人遭到日军报复。
This helped Chinese Singaporeans understand their roots. More importantly, people from China learn of the sacrifices that people in Singapore made for them. People in Singapore shaped some of the most important events in Chinese history. And for some Singaporeans, the price of their support was their lives. This moved Chinese commenters emotionally. Some of them wanted to cry. Many people aren't excited by history, and the events occurred a century ago. Yet simple words can be used to create a sense of awe. You just need to pick the right topic. Indeed, Lee's examples in this speech involve much higher stakes than his other speeches. And Lee's history lesson also sets the stage for the next part of his speech. When a Singaporean identity developed, US-China conflict was a thorny issue for Singapore.
如果我们支持中国，美国和其他国家可能会认为我们这么做是因为在新加坡华人占多数，所以我们对中国有求必应。另一方面，如果我们支持美国，中国不一定会理解。其实过去，当新加坡与中国在某些课题上采取不同立场的时候，有些中国朋友就这样问我们：既然同文、同宗、同祖、同言、同语，那么你们为什么不同意？所以这个是很微妙的问题，但是是一个很关键的问题，我们必须立场分明，解释清楚。我们的立场是，我们必须依据原则办事，不能受情感左右。不论对象是谁，无论是在新加坡、北京或华盛顿，我们所表达的观点都必须是一致的。该同意的时候，我们会同意；不该同意的时候，我们就必须维持并解释我们的立场。我们希望其他国家都清楚明白，新加坡是一个多元种族的独立国家，有自己的立场。
Notice that Lee expresses China's thinking as clearly as he can. This signals to the Chinese that he understands them and makes them more open to hearing his point of view. He then explains his own stand and why he takes that stand. Singapore cannot parrot China because she's a multicultural, independent nation. This assures Singaporeans that Singapore will take a stand that's in the best interest of the country. And Lee speaks to the Chinese as a friend. Indeed, his words and tone are very matter-of-fact. He's not arrogant, neither is he meek, even though he's talking about two superpowers. So it's not surprising that people from far away China watch the video, even though China is 13,000 times bigger than Singapore. Indeed, commenters picked up on this. One wrote, "I now really understand Singapore. I am what he said, a Chinese who always wonders why Singapore is so pro-American. Now I understand. The people of Singapore are really lucky to have such a capable leader." Lee shows that you can change people's minds with 3 simple techniques. Understand how people think, and explain it. Explain your thinking logically, and step by step. Speak sincerely, and in a matter-of-fact tone. Other foreign commenters spoke about Lee's friendliness, which is not surprising, as Lee spent a big chunk of time discussing the links between Singapore and China, and painstakingly explaining why he couldn't always agree with China. Lee's speech ends by discussing an unassuming chef and the restaurant he works for.
今晚我想要用大家所喜欢的辣椒螃蟹。这个是演讲的课题，不是以后吃饭的东西。来讲一个企业成功转型的故事。珍宝餐饮集团就是以辣椒螃蟹起家的，他们已经有30多年的历史。 现在是一家上市集团，最近几年还成功打入国际市场。珍宝能取得今天的成就，因为老板和员工都很重视培训。现在让我们先看一段视频。
我进珍宝今年是第9年，如果跟外面的人讲我是厨师的话，大部分的人都不会相信我是一个厨师。 我跟我老大的关系，他是一个我很尊敬的一个人啊，就是我从什么都不会，他把我教到一个现在的我。
子阳现在已经升职了，成为集团的其中一位执行总厨，掌管更多间餐馆。我很高兴子阳现在已经成家。 他和太太是在珍宝认识的，现在有2个可爱的孩子。所以珍宝不但辣椒螃蟹做得好，连员工的终身大事也办得到。
Lee grabs people's attention by first mentioning a popular Singaporean dish, chili crab. It also highlights the significance of his example. I'm amazed that Lee went into such depth into the chef's life. Indeed, in his other speeches, Lee frequently mentioned individuals, but not in nearly as much depth. In this speech, Lee gave only one example, but he went deeply into a touching example, and the example also encompassed multiple issues, which indicated the breadth of Lee's concerns. Not only did Lee talk about the restaurant, he went on to show concern for the restaurant industry.
很多新加坡人不愿意参加餐饮业，觉得工作辛苦，时间又长。但其实，如果餐饮业的工作环境能够改善，员工可以接受培训，公司也给他们发展的机会，那在餐饮业工作也是一个不错的选择。
Indeed, commenters were full of praise. One wrote, "A prime minister that cares about the growth of an ordinary worker." Another wrote, "He had no slogans, but spoke from the heart. A government that truly cares about its people and brings prosperity to its people." Logic, sincerity, and understanding can bridge cultural divides and evoke empathy. Simple words can show concern and shape perceptions. Let's use words to build a more caring and connected world. Thanks for watching this video.